Mother's Day is this weekend, and if you're still looking for some inspiration and gift ideas, Chef Adrian Perez has you covered. He's giving you great ideas on how you can spoil mom with the perfect brunch spread.
Well, howdy strangers, it's nice to see y'all again. Now listen, what's the one thing that's more important than this global pandemic altogether? Your mama. You can't forget about mother on Mother's Day. I'm gonna show you guys 3 hit points, a recipe, some presentation skills, and a little gift idea or two to pull off the best Mother's Day she's ever had. Okay, starting off with probably the hardest recipe of today, which is actually an easy recipe, is the quiche itself. And you can't have a good one without a good crust. So whether it's store-bought or homemade, I can't tell the difference really. I don't think anybody else can as well, and I won't tell if you won't. So I've got the crust made out here. I've rolled it out into the pie dish, and I'm gonna poke some holes at the bottom of the crust with a fork just to get the airflow going in there, and we're gonna pre-bake this before we fill it with the quiche mixture. And that is actually called blind baking. So we're gonna cover this with a little parchment paper, and you can weigh it down with either some dried beans or some baking weights, which probably none of us have at home. So I know. So I used dried beans for this one, and we're gonna give it about 450, 15 minutes in the oven.
Okay, so we're just gonna saute these vegetables in some of the rendered fat from the bacon, meaning we're gonna cook the bacon first for a couple of minutes and allow some of the fat to render, come out of the bacon, and then we'll add in some fresh okra. I've got some cherry tomatoes. I added some fresh rosemary because I had it on hand. We'll do a little salt and pepper towards the end there. I've got some dehydrated white wine and garlic seasoning from Adams. That's optional. You can put that in as well. We'll throw in a little bit of fresh red onion and just give it a couple of minutes to wilt down. And we want those cherry tomatoes to give a nice burst. The okra should have a nice little blackening on the outside, and the bacon should be nice and crisp. And we'll chop it all up, and then we're also going to pat it dry because we want to absorb some of the moisture from these so it doesn't ruin our mixture.
Okay, so I'm just going to pat dry the okra and remove some of that moisture so it doesn't add too much liquid to our quiche mix, because that'll throw off the balance. And then I'm going to chop them up and throw them in there. Call it a day. Got my nice crispy bacon. Look how beautiful that is. Oh. Again, the vegetables were cooked in the rendered fat from that bacon, so they've got a nice, good flavor to them as well from that. And I'm gonna keep this kind of chunky. You can dice it however you like. If you like to do a little finer vegetable, whatever floats your boat, man.
Key component in a great quiche is the cheese, and we're using the Wisconsin Dairy Farmers cheese today. They win the most awards for the best cheese every year of all the states. They sweep the country for all the best cultures. 2 centuries of cheesemakers here, generation after generation, just making the best of the best. You know, I used to steal this off my great-grandmother's counter when she would grate the Wisconsin cheese for enchiladas. I was a cheeseburger. I would get in so much trouble, but these are the best of the best. And we've got 4 different varietals today.
All right, so you don't want to overfill your crust because it's going to rise, as any egg should. And just about 3/4 of the way, leave some good edge on that, and then we're gonna pop it in the oven on 400 for about 30 to 40 minutes.
And here you have it, folks. We're just gonna top off some creamy avocado salsa, which I had in the fridge, with a nice slice of this good golden brown quiche. It's got those cherry tomatoes on top, the fresh okra inside, all 4 cheeses from Wisconsin Dairy Farmers, and I've got this leftover okra that I sliced down the center. We're gonna garnish the top of it. And get a couple of cherry tomatoes on top, fresh sliced as well, and then we'll finish it off with a little extra cheese and maybe some of the little flowers we used from Mom's floral arrangements, and make it nice and beautiful. So a couple of things is you can take your mother's floral arrangements, pick out some flowers, float them in that casserole dish you're giving her, float them in that glassware you're giving her, the drink you're making her when she comes home that day. It's a great presentation and really fun. Vanden and Wyatt, if she's a candle lover, coconut wax base, they smell so unique, so beautiful, and the votives make the best vases after they're burned down. Your charcuterie board is a free-for-all. You can create so many things on a charcuterie board presentation-wise. So take the Wisconsin cheeses and plate them up that way. And then one of the crowd favorites, my drink bomb. You drop these beautiful little drink bombs into your alcoholic or non-alcoholic beverages, and they just create a fun fizz. They're infused with gold flakes and rose petals. The flavors are beyond unique, and I mean, what can you do? Low calorie. What more would you ask for? Something fun and interactive.
And for more information on Chef Adrian Perez, you can follow him on Instagram at Chef Adrian TV.